A church, as it seeks to renew its life and respond to new challenges, a continuous task, may appoint commissions, review its structures and its strategies, establish new partnerships and service, devise mission projects, unite in prayer. But all this time, some are writing hymns. That's their contribution, for hymns come out of the heart of the church. You could say the church grows the hymns it needs. But the other side to this, as well as growing hymns, the church in turn grows into the hymns that result. For a hymn writer does not just reflect what she has heard, but illuminates the way ahead. As a person of prayer, compassion and insight, and with an open Bible, the writer accompanies the church as it stumbles into a new landscape. Shirley Erena Murray, who died in January, is one of the most sung of contemporary writers. As a native of Aotearoa, New Zealand, it was important to her, as she put it, to be able to sing our story from our own soil. This meant not only rewriting carols without the snow, but reflecting the efforts of an anti-nuclear nation towards world peace. Much more too, she said, close to my heart are the hymns which spring out of protest or complaint about an issue which touches me to the quick. The abuse and slavery of children, the degradation of women, subtle or not, violence of every kind, and the desecration of our beautiful environment. Shirley Murray's hymns are quite uncompromising in their treatment of social issues, as they are insightful about sacraments, ministry and spirituality. She reported that "Come and Find the Quiet Centre" is one of the most frequently sung of her texts. She tells it how it is, and can stray too near the truth for comfort. One of her hymns refers to faithful Christians who heave the stones to free the structures, love the Christ and leave the church, capturing the reality of the situation as numbers dwindle, while reminding us that those outside for their own reasons are not outsiders. And she was appalled to find that at a large assembly gathering, the organisers had changed the line to "Love the Christ and serve the church." Today's hymn is "Where Are the Voices for the Earth?" Recently, we have come to appreciate that as well as the more popular psalms of praise, there are also psalms that are laments, when the writer pours out deep feelings of despair, of loss, of real anger at what God has allowed to happen. Psalms that can make us uncomfortable because they speak the thoughts we dare not put into words. This hymn is pure lament. It opens with two stark questions, and how many other hymns open with questions. Two questions which don't allow us to duck out of the matter, to leave it to the experts. Make no mistake, it says, the earth is in danger, real danger, and the ball is in our court. It's remarkable how in this hymn, how body-related the language is, and how the writer creates a physical intimacy with the planet. The poisoned rain is like the weeping of tears, recalling personal experiences of grief. The soil hugs the seed, evoking the familiar human action of care and love. Tackling pollution is not for public bodies or agencies, but is humanized and made personal in the call for us to clear her breath. And beauty, somehow in its context here, is more than aesthetic experience. Murray saw hymns as an attempt both to address God and be addressed by God. A form of text messaging, she wondered. But for this to happen, there needs always to be a component for the heart as well as the head, her words. As we sing, the preponderance of feeling words engage us as we address God, but they also open us to be addressed by God because we are present in person, heart and head. There are other telling conjunctions of language, as we are brought up short, for example, by the juxtapositions of words, as in ruined gifts of God. The thrice repetition of sacred in verse 2, including the perfect line, sacred the silent fall of snow. There are also language forms that could only come from our time and are subliminally recognized by us as we sing, like breaking the code, or the slogan like death for the creatures. Yet, just as in many of the Psalms of lament, when the psalmist remembers times when God has intervened and brought blessing, there is here a glimpse of the way through. It comes from there being some who care enough to cry. And as this hymn, and others like it, are sung and repeated and remembered, the number of those who care enough to cry will surely grow. Our prayers. God, who made the earth and saw that it was good, grant us the clarity of vision, which no appetite or ambition can distort, that we may weep for creation's pain and work with others for its peace. Through Jesus Christ, who in soil and seed, water and wine, wood and nails, taught the sacredness of all that lives. God, whose voice thunders upon the waters, shakes the wilderness, snaps the cedars, and strips the forest bare, inspire us to make songs to disturb and change, to sweep away complacency and indifference, that all together may come to the rescue and bring to health the planet we call our home, so that in time all earth's 1,000 voices will again give full glory to its Creator. In the name of Christ. Amen.